Hey everyone, we're here. Uh, hey everyone, welcome back to Unbroken. I'm not muted on my own channel, so I hear myself. Or am I? Or am I just hearing myself from somebody else's computer? I think.
It was me. I
Oh,
fixed it.
okay.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. You're fine. Welcome back to Unbroken, our Dragon Age actual play where we are horny on main all of the time. Um, this is, let's just go around. Everyone introduce yourselves, your characters, answer awkward questions. Start with our game master, Hummelu.
Hello, everyone. I'm Emma Hamley on the interwebs. I'm a game master for tonight. The awkward question I wanted to ask is, what is your go-to song to sing in the shower? We're starting with Freddie.
Hi, I'm Freddie. I am playing Phelan, the previously Circle Elf Mage. Circle Mage Elf. I definitely like singing the Scarlet Pimpernel musical in the shower because it's got fantastic ballads and it's incredibly corny.
Wonderful. Satan.
Hi everyone, my name is Satan, and today I will be playing Bella, the City Elf Rogue. And I have to say, any 80s song is good for me to sing in the shower, but I can fucking belt out Total Eclipse of the Heart. I will say that.
Have you ever
It's not
seen?
good. It's not good.
Have you ever seen
But
the
it's so
music
good.
video to that song?
It's very dramatic.
Well, it's also just I'm just gonna it's literally about like a high school teacher like being in love with a student or her student.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, like.
Well,
like,
there's also like demon possession and like lots.
Yes,
of
but that's like
ninjas.
The whole thing.
There's lots of stuff in that music video.
A lot of stuff, but
I've
it's
only
like
seen like small clips of like when they fade in the faces, and
it's
very
it's
80s
so
dramatic, but
like
I've never seen the video.
I recently rewatched that music video for some reason. Sorry, I just have to like put that out there. It's a weird fucking music video.
I mean, if you want to get into it, Tanster Vampire, which is a musical that uses that song. Aces.
Yeah. Anyway, good song. Right, Gambit.
Hello, I'll be coming back to play Arlen, the big burly mountain man. I've missed him last week, 2 weeks ago. And the song that would be belting out would be Digital Love by Daft Punk. That's my jam.
Nice. It's a good one. Oh, R.I.P.
I know.
Hey, what's up, everyone? I'm Val. I bring to you today Robin, who is a lowborn dwarf rogue, who likes skincare products and not being sober. My go-to shower song is usually Iris by the Goo Goo Dolls. It's just in my range, and that's what I do.
Nice.
Hey, everyone, guess what? This is, as Nightbot is telling us, this is a viewer-affected game. You can affect the games with your bits, subs, and donations. Every 100 biddies can grant us re-rolls. You can give it to anyone specific here, or just be like, throw it in the re-roll pool, and then we can all use them. If you want to subscribe to the channel, you can give us an auto success with a 6-point stunt. If you want to donate $5 to the channel, you can give focus points to everyone here. And if you donate $10, you can create an NPC for race, class, and a brief description. So that's what happens here on this channel. Yeah, cool. I'm done.
Awesome. Mm-hmm. Okay. One of my go-to songs is Golden Brown by the Stranglers. Because they're one of my favorite bands. Okay. So, Andrew, to shine everyone. Last session, the group planned a scouting mission to locate the arrogant noble whose poor treatment led to the death of an elven servant, the mother of your new ally, and object of affection for Arlen, called Sinead. There was a brothel visit for feedback forms, the scaling of a building whilst carrying groceries, and Faerun acting very casual and flirting. After a regroup, they went back that evening, got into the building, killed the noble, horrifying one guard with terrible visions, stunning another, and then more murder. Um, as you do. It was a success. Some fine items and pillows were obtained, and the group now head to the Ruby Drake, looking to set sail to Highever to reunite with their friends and loved ones. After being given a space in the ship to shelter in, you guys take a rest, and the following day greets you, and there is a knock at the door as a tall canary woman enters, looking at you all. Well, are you all ready to set off? You look like you've been through the wars. And you see tall, as one might expect, with the Canary, with white hair, dark horns that curve back, and interesting rope armor, as one often sees on these types, because I like it so much. And for the players, there's your visual of Captain
Oh.
Murad.
Darling,
Are we
I
ready
feel
to
like
go?
I've been
It's-
through like 5 wars.
Yeah, you guys really went through it the day before.
The day before. Ah, sure.
Mhm.
But yes, I am very ready to leave.
Okay. I wasn't told too much about why I need to leave in a hurry, but I don't need to. Um,
I knew I liked you.
Hi, yes.
Yes, please.
All right. We're going further along the coast eventually, but we are going to be stopping up there, so we will take you. There will be an overnight in the water. I hope we're okay with that. Yes.
You'll be fine.
Are you okay there?
I'll be okay.
Problem with
He's
the
more,
water?
he's more of a land type of guy.
Most are. Well, hopefully you don't get seasick. Do you know that you get seasick? Is that why you're worried?
I've never been on the water before, so I'll get
First
seasick.
Well, you might not. Not everybody experiences it. Let's cross
I'm
that
really glad I'm
bridge
not the
when
only
you
one.
have- Yeah.
I will hold your hand, I promise.
The dwarf is surprisingly fine with being on a boat. It's like I've been,
Mm-hmm.
I've had to deal with several different air pressures. It's an inner ear thing. It's not so. I'm fine with being on a boat. I'm good. I don't think this
Bella
guy
just
eats.
looks.
So, I point to Finch, who hopefully does not get seasick. That would probably cause holes in the ship.
He doesn't eat, so I don't think he will.
Yeah.
I guess it's just you and me used to this, Robin. We're the tough ones of the group, as always.
You know what? I have something that will help with nausea. It's fine.
Good. I don't really want my people to be clean and vomit off the deck. So if you do need to, there's plenty exits for you to do so.
Just go over the rail and just start doing it.
Ooh, yeah.
Well, good luck. I'll maybe see you guys around.
Yeah.
Okay. She just kind of like nods and just turns around and heads off. And you can hear her having similar conversations with other people. It seems there are other passengers on for this voyage that are not necessarily crew members. And sure enough, you can kind of see that it is daylight outside. So you guys at least survived the night. Doesn't seem like anyone came looking for you on the boat at least, so that's good. But they will do their thing. You hear many calls between the crew members, and the boat starts moving.
Do we have to leave?
I don't think there's any turning back now.
Don't worry, Arlen. Remember, she's delivering my brother.
Too bad I didn't get to see her before we leave.
Aww.
I'll be back. How long does it take to go around the sea? Like,
We're not going around the sea. We're just going across it.
No, I know what when I come back, how long does it take to go around the sea?
Well, she's going to be going to Antiva, and from Antiva, then she's going to be going back to Highever.
I'm talking
She's
about Sinead.
yes.
Okay, I didn't. Oh, okay.
She's going
I
to
thought.
be getting my brother and delivering him to Highever.
Okay, I thought she was delivering here. I got confused.
No,
Uh,
It's okay. Geography is confusing.
very.
I'm just used to mountains and forest till the eye can see, not to this
Water
land.
until the I can
Yes.
see. Hmm.
Yes.
I mean, and then we know at least we're going straight towards land. Could you imagine going in a direction where you didn't know what was out there?
Well,
I mean,
why would anyone do that?
Well, maybe
are there
is.
people exploring?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, there are people out there exploring, seeing what's out there.
Lowlanders, fools, all of them. But not you guys. I love you guys. I'm gonna
I
sit down.
am technically not a lowlander. I'm an undergrounder.
Yeah, real low.
Technicalities.
Extra low level.
Extra level, yeah.
Hey, Ween, are you going to be okay?
I'm an underlander.
I don't know. I've never slept on a ship before.
You'll be fine.
I wonder if it will
Mhm.
lead to strange dreams.
Hopefully
Oh.
not. But if you start getting seasick, just let us know. I'll take you over to one of the rails and you can just, you know, vomit there.
We currently are under deck, right? We're not.
No, you guys were in a small room of sorts. It's not very large. You were given a space basically to take shelter. They figured when you got there that you were needing to not be in visual range of anyone from the shore.
Yes.
So you haven't quite gone up to the deck yet, but you were
Okay.
going to, should you wish.
Nope.
It's quite pretty, really.
It's gorgeous. You might even see a whale.
Yeah.
A what?
A
A
whale.
whale.
What's that? I mean, we're in the water, so I would say a fish.
It's a very large fish.
But
like
warmer
3 times the
than a
size of this
fish.
boat.
Because you know how fish can stay underwater and they can breathe through their gills? Whales, and I know this because blubber is excellent and their musk is excellent, they have lungs like we do, so they have to come up
Oh.
for air. Yeah. They're probably
Okay.
as large, so there are some that are big as this boat. Yeah.
Yeah. There are some that are bigger than this boat.
Yes.
I'm gonna grip the chair just a little tighter. As big as the
Panic.
boat.
Yes. But it's okay. Like, don't worry about whales. Like, they're cool.
They're very
Like,
docile.
yeah, they'll come up and they'll like, well, to people. I can't say the same thing about nugs on the
most-
beach.
Most of them eat krill, which is a very tiny form of sea life. But then there are ones called killer whales.
Oh no! What?
Who
It doesn't
can't-
seem to bode well.
Yeah, can't actually, like move on land, but they will throw themselves on land
Yes.
to grab seals.
Yeah.
She explains that to Arlen.
Yeah. But
They
not
have
to
very
people.
Sharp teeth.
Yeah, not to people. They're very cool.
No.
So, do we have any kind of drinks?
Darling,
Never mind.
who do you think you're talking to?
Touche. I'm gonna stay here for a little bit with a drink. I'm okay. I'm okay.
Don't spill it.
Say what?
Don't spill your drink.
Oh no! It's two hands. Two
Okay.
hands.
Yeah.
So if you're holding onto your drink, how will you hold onto the chair so you don't fall over?
I'm gonna start wrapping my legs around the legs.
And it's very, very clear that Robin is teasing him at this point. Like,
Oh, I know.
Why don't you, Arlen, roll me a courage roll, which is in your will.
Well, yeah. 14.
Not bad.
You're so brave.
So you're feeling okay. There's definitely elements that's very new to you, and hearing about there being creatures as big as the boat will obviously, I mean, it would bring about panic in anyone who was not aware of what a whale was or what it looked like. But you're not certainly being crippled by fear in any way.
Okay.
At least. So you can still roleplay out as scared as you want to be, but he is not going to be facing any adverse reactions or penalties to what he does.
I am with friends right now, so I am safe.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Sure.
And I know for a fact that I float on water, so that's good.
Especially when you're dead.
Yeah.
Wait.
That's why you have, if you're throwing out the dead body, you have to tie them down. We have to weigh them down.
Because
Okay, so
they'll float.
Since
to the top.
I'm not carrying rocks in my pocket, so I'm good. I'm gonna float.
But you see, that's it. It really doesn't matter in the ocean because then the sharks will just get you.
Yeah. Actually, sharks. I mean, if you're dead and bleeding, then yes. But sharks don't tend to eat humans a lot, or humans, or elves, or just people. They're actually pretty good.
Also,
Can we change subject, please?
No, I have one more very important piece of advice to give to you.
Okay.
If you fall into the ocean, don't pee in it. Because when fish are trying to get away from sharks, they empty their bladder. So sharks will associate pee with prey. Don't pee in the ocean. It could save your life. This is real life advice
pee
to everyone watching.
You get in the ocean.
Like, don't pee in the ocean. It will save your life.
Oh, that's actually good to know.
Fun facts. But yes, you guys are aware that the boat does seem to be moving. You are now at sea. You can hear voices near to where you are, actually, that still seem to be in a slightly below deck area. It's not a very large ship by any means, but it's big enough to be able to cope with this very tumultuous ocean that is the Waking Sea. But you are free to roam about as you wish. You've not been told that there's anywhere you can't go, at least. So you're free to explore or just stay in this area. You and the people who are neighboring you apparently are just staying low and quiet.
Bella's actually gonna go around the ship, try to get to know the ins and outs. Not getting in anybody's way, but kind of like exploring, and then eventually make her way up to the deck, and just try to get a feel of who's working here and kind of like their vibe.
Sure. Roll me perception. Seeing, I guess, is mostly the skill you were using.
I do not have seeing, but I'll just roll straight perception. 16 though.
Nice, very good. So you notice a few things. As you're coming out of the area where you initially are, you can see a person moving down the sort of stretch of, I guess it's a corridor, leading to a little space that is next to you guys. They look at you very briefly. They have a hood up, but with a 16, you are able to notice an interesting symbol on their forehead. As you start to get onto the deck, you can see there's it's not a huge crew because it's a relatively small ship, so there's maybe about 6 of them. But they're busy with the first, getting onto the sea. They're all quite busy with what they're doing. You can introduce yourself to a few of them. You do also see one other person. And the thing that will immediately catch you about this person is that they're sitting in a place on the ship's deck, seemingly just casually looking around as well. But they are strumming an instrument. They have a lute that they're playing. So you see a female elf who has very white hair, very pale skin, looks possibly albino, with interesting dark leathers. You...
At High Ever, I think.
Yes, you saw her going into High Ever when you were soaked with Darkspawn blood, I believe.
Yeah, she did seem
Didn't
familiar.
she travel with us to?
Mhm.
She helped us, right?
She helped you, um, but you haven't spent a large amount of time with her.
Yeah,
She
yeah.
just um helped you get to the door. There was the struggle of trying to get into High River in the first place, and she just sort of sailed straight in.
Yeah, yeah.
So you're aware of her.
Yeah.
She seems to be a bard, both bard by musical trades and bard by Orlesian standards.
I thought we brought her with us to the temple. I'm not sure. Anyway,
Mm-mm.
um, she will kind of go to her since we technically know her. Like I've spoken to her and like said passing glance or hi. Just kind of saddle up next to the rail where she is like, whoa, familiar face.
Hello again.
Hello.
What brings you to a ship like this?
Hmm. Going back to a friendlier place. Hopefully.
Oh yes.
Yeah. And you?
Traveling.
Hmm.
Part of the course when you were a minstrel.
That is very true. What have you been besides purple?
I've been around. I was in Orlais most recently.
Hmm. Any important information that you could spare from traveling around?
I always have important information. Roll a persuasion check to see how much you might get out of her.
Come on, baby. Ooh,
You have
no, thank you.
you have
Can
various
I?
things on a
Can
spreadsheet.
I do, but can I sweeten this deal by offering her a gold coin?
Yes. You're going to pay me for information.
Good information is worth money.
She'll reach out and take the coin and flip it around in her fingers. I will let you roll again.
Oh,
It's
okay.
definitely
That's probably gonna be
sweetening
his
the pot.
worst.
Listen,
A 14.
not bad.
Not bad.
Well, I have a few things. There's a lot going on right now. Surely you can't have missed it all.
I miss some, but I know about the rebellion and the Circle Towers and Templars being a little bit more free spirited, so to say.
Yes. Is it details on things like that that you're seeking?
Yes.
Let's see. There is indeed, it is in fact a war, not just a rebellion now. Mages and Templars are at war. Various circles have fallen, most of them now. The big spotlights, the big headlines are probably the White Spire in Valrayo went through an uprising.
Oh.
I think most of the mages died. The interesting thing, I think, is that apparently that rebellion is supported by the divine.
Oh, is it?
Isn't that curious? Yes. I'm not sure why, but I had heard. The Ravani circle in Daresmond has also fallen. That one was quite dramatic because their first enchanter was the daughter of the legendary Captain Riveau of the Felicisma Armada. Dead. So it seems there's just a lot of that going on right now, isn't there? There's the college enchanters have also separated from the chantry, officially denounced their connection. As of the Seekers, not a lot of people know a lot about the Seekers, though.
What do
you?
I? Can I roll for that?
Sure, roll a history check. So it's a cunning.
Cultural
What
lore?
would they be? Cultural, sure. It's borderline military and religious lore, but
no, not with
that's not good though. Yeah, no, you've not heard of the Seekers before.
I have no idea who they are, but I would love to be enlightened.
It's not important for your average person.
Unfortunately, I am not your average person, so the world has been doomed.
They are an arm of the Chantry, or they were, who kept the Templars in order. If they were failing at their duties, it was the Seekers who would reprimand them. And they would have to hunt the most notorious of the naughty mages, shall we say.
So
the big bad.
The Chantry's secret assassins.
Secret police, yeah. But they've separated too, really quite dramatically. That's a big deal. Because they're like the scary ones who were like the scary arm of the Chantry. And now it's loose.
Any symbols that might identify one of these secrets?
The Seeker symbol, I believe, is the sword on fire. Let me just double check. Seekers of Truth. Oh, it's an eye. An eye on fire. Fun fact, people at home, by the way, for viewers, they were the original Inquisition.
Does the symbol that I saw on this mysterious guy with the hood match that? I saw someone.
It's hard to tell. You saw it very briefly. You could roll. I guess it's another cunning roll. I wouldn't say it's a cultural thing though. This is like
cryptography.
It's borderline religion.
Okay, I'll just roll a cunning.
Religion or the arcane. Roll. So.
Oh, 16.
Okay. What you saw, and it was very brief because this person was quite hooded. You didn't even make a massive amount of their face, but you did notice on the forehead. It certainly looked like something on fire, or a sun, or a burst of, or like a flaming star, or something along those lines. So it sounds similar, but there wasn't an eye in the middle of it. But you, with a 16, you might have heard before. You might not. You won't know a lot of details about them. Honestly, it really is only really people who are quite ingrained in the circle. That they are tranquil. It is somebody who was perhaps once a mage who had their connection to the fate removed.
Mage lobotomy.
Yeah, pretty much. So similar in that it's Chantry symbology.
Okay.
Which is all about that flaming sun or star.
Would I know if? Well, I guess you said I wouldn't. I'll just ask her. Do you know if tranquil mages travel with a certain group?
Well, I imagine the tranquil are all over. They've when the circles fell, they have nowhere to go. It kind of, I guess it depends on the tranquil. I'm going to imagine, I mean, it's a sorry state of affairs, but a lot of them were probably killed during the uprisings.
I imagine so.
But, I guess it depends which side they ended up being on. They're not really going to be able to. It's a sad thing about the tranquil.
Yes. Well.
Making decisions like that aren't exactly in their purview. But
I'm sure there are few that survived. They're out there now in the world.
Oh yes, I'm sure.
But you have been.
One more thing. On the down low, because I like you, Elven solidarity and all that. I hear that the Mage Rebellion, so aside from just the war where they're fighting each other, but like the rebellion forces are starting to congregate in Ferelden,
Hmm.
taking root. Isn't it fun?
Fun is certainly a way to describe it.
Well, it's exciting. Boring
Exciting, yes.
moments in history make my job and
Less
all
exciting.
facets of my job quite dull. This gives me a lot to learn about.
Yes. Well, it's been a pleasure talking to you, Lizana. If you ever need anything, you can always contact me in Highover.
However, is that where you're going to be taking root?
Yes, I won't stay there, but I'll have people there can pass the word on to me. I am available for many different jobs, should you ever need them.
I see. What sort of things do you do?
Things you don't tend to tell people about. And she'll wink at her.
Same.
But it seems like we're two peas in a pod then.
I mean, we're definitely both green vegetables. I wouldn't say we're the same key.
Oh, I like you. Well, I shall see you around then.
Oh, I'm sure. It's not a very big boat. Be hard to hide.
Very. But one can always try. Bye.
Goodbye, Bella.
She's gonna be like, oh my god, guys, listen to what I just learned.
Sure, you can go and find the others. Have you all stayed in the room or have you ventured elsewhere, the rest of you?
Oh, you know, I'm up on deck. I'm just climbing the mast. You know me.
Woo! I'm on a boat!
I'm in my room with Feywind and T-Pain.
T-Pain, yeah. It isn't a good boat ride if you don't have T-Pain on your boat, everyone. Anyway, yeah, so you're definitely still in the room. What about
Now, yes.
Feywind and Robin?
Yeah, I would have probably stayed in the room, probably taking a nap.
That's totally legit way of passing your time, really. I would say so.
It's like, when do you get a chance to just do nothing in this world other than on a boat ride? So I'm taking a nap.
No expectations, nothing you need to yet. Sounds good to me.
I would pull out a deck of cards and say, when do you want to play?
All right. You're going to have to teach me.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna do my best. I'm still very novice on this.
You know, you weren't there, but when we were killing that man.
Yes.
Go on.
As you do.
You know, I'm just shuffling the cards and I just stop.
My magic just decided not to work anymore. It was very unnerving. And I don't like that I couldn't be relied upon. It's like if suddenly you lost the strength to carry your weapon.
That's
debilitating. No, it was awful.
I'm sorry this happened to you. Do you know why? Were you cut from the magic force, or?
Well, no matter how hard you try to study, there's always things about magic that are unpredictable. But I didn't think that was going to happen to me. Then again, I haven't tried to really kill 3 men in a room before, so.
New and unpredictable situation.
Yes.
Is this something that actually happened in the past, but not to you, but in general to other mages, to be literally
It
cut from the stuff?
oh, you mean like for good?
Uh, Either for good or temporarily.
Yes, yes, temporarily it can happen, but cutting for good, that's an intentional thing that happens sometimes.
Oh, so are you saying that a mage can decide that from one day to the other not to be able to spells anymore?
No, no, it's it's a ritual that sometimes they perform on mages to sever us.
Oh,
It's called being made tranquil. It doesn't just it doesn't just mean we can't access the fade anymore. It means we can't dream or have ambition, lots of other things that are related to dreaming, I think, in ways that we don't understand.
I don't
They're not the same
dream.
afterwards.
I don't dream, but I am ambitious. Sorry, I'm going back to nap.
That she is.
Yes, the entire situation with dwarves is something I don't understand.
in order to do the tranquil thing, you would need to be present, correct?
What do you mean?
Well, in order to make a mage become tranquil, the mage needs to be part of the ritual.
Oh, yes.
Okay, you have not been part of that ritual, have you?
No, no, no. You would know if I had.
My guess is what's happening to you is more than likely just temporary, but
Oh,
I
yes.
don't know enough about magic stuff to be able to tell you for certain.
Oh, yes. I got it back.
Oh, I thought it was gone for now. Okay.
No, it just wasn't there when I needed it.
Oh, that's okay.
Oh, you should know there's a tranquil person on the boat.
No, really?
What?
Yes.
Bella entering the room again.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, it's fine. No, totally. It's a perfect time to come in, and hear them talking about it. Yep.
And she wouldn't announce it out loud. Once she got into the room, she would have.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. In the room, quiet,
Yeah.
closed door.
There is, yeah. I saw them.
Oh,
How awful. Are they being accompanied by someone?
I don't know. I
They,
got
they
some.
can't really be on their own, you know?
I got some information that a lot of tranquil people had been killed off during the wars.
oh.
I'm assuming this person has enough about them to know that they need to be in hiding. And
Are
apparently,
they our
yeah,
neighbors?
yeah.
Hmm.
Apparently, also, and this would be interesting for you, Phelan, a lot of the mages' rebellions are moving towards Ferelden.
Oh.
So that they're organizing.
It seems so. And she looks to Phelan specifically. What do you know about the Seekers?
Have I even heard of them?
Ooh, you can roll a cunning. It's a bridge between religious and arcane lore, technically, because it talks about traditions and the faith and stuff like that. So, like, I would allow either. It leans more towards religious, but
I'll do an arcane lore.
sure. 13. You have heard of them. It's not something you've seen or encountered. Um, it was maybe just one of those things where, like, they're like the school inspectors in a way, like the people who come in and you don't really know them or understand how they work. You just know sometimes they show up in your classroom.
Mm-hmm.
So you've seen someone and there was whispers of like, oh, that's a seeker, and you because they were dressed differently to the Templars, and even the Templars seem to be answering to them. So you have nuggets of awareness that they are a thing that exists. They're clearly part of the system that you were in. the nitty gritties of what's actually involved, not many people do know, and it's kind of intentional. To be
Right.
secret police, you kind of have to go fairly under the radar,
Right.
but you know enough to know that they're a thing. Yeah.
Seekers, yes, they work for the Chantry, I believe.
They worked for the Chantry.
So, so they defected?
It seems so. The very secret long arm of the law of the Chantry seems to have just cut their
This is,
connections.
this is all very unmooring.
Yes, and I'm telling you so you know. So we know. And she kind of does a little motion all around. Because we have you. Ooh, sorry. And she'll boop his nose.
What do you mean? Do you think I should be joining them?
Oh, no, I'm saying we need to be careful.
Yes.
We wouldn't just give you up to people
No.
like that, Faywin. Don't worry.
Well, I'm sure there are people who think that joining the rebellion is my duty as someone who came from the circle.
The Seekers are separate from the Mages, are separate from the Templars.
And I assume they don't think kindly of each other.
I assume not. When your job was to keep mages in check and go after the biggest, baddest of them? No.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. If the network of the Chantry and the Templars is falling apart.
Well, when. Think of them as two dogs on leashes. One is a guard dog, the other one is an attack dog. All they know how to do is to guard and attack. Once the leashes are cut, they're left to do whatever they want to. And what they know is what they will do. So, I just want us to know this so we can be very careful about who we talk to, who we interact to in terms of Faelin.
Of course.
Because I know us as a group and we would never let our own fall into the hands of people who want to hurt them.
Mm-hmm.
And I trust all of you. So, let's be careful because now that everything's separating, there are many forces that we have to look out for. And Faywin, you don't have to join any rebellion if you don't want to.
Yeah, the whole point of being free is just that. You get to do what you want.
But I can see how being with a large group is safer. I feel safer with you, but I'm sorry you're having to look out for so many.
What? No.
That for them
Don't
anyways.
don't be sorry for us.
And I'm sorry that my magic didn't work.
It's okay.
You need to stop being sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. Bella and I are very good at what we do, so
I know.
been
That was very impressive.
we've made it this long. Not to diminish your abilities, Faywin, but we've been together this long without magic, so not having your magic work for 20 minutes.
But I tied the rope.
You did, and that was incredibly
and
useful.
That was
yes,
necessary.
Yeah. It was incredibly necessary.
It was very necessary.
So you are, regardless, you are really good to have in a fight because you're there looking out for us.
Yeah.
You were still an active participant, and that's what counts.
Which is more than what I could say for you, bud.
Did you get any nice pillows for the group? No, you didn't.
That's right, I have a nice pillow.
You
have nice
do.
I'm going to sleep so well on
And a
this
nice
boat.
hairbrush.
I have a nice pillow. It's called my chest.
Can you sleep on your own chest?
Can you
though?
sleep? I
Brag.
can.
See, it's not for me. It's for everybody. Well, three of us. Well, four of us, minus myself.
Faywin,
But
I would
four
like-
with Shanae.
Do you just want us all to polycule onto your chest, Arlen? Is that?
Do you
Are-
just
are-
want
are-
us to do a big cuddle pile?
Are you trying to initiate an orgy?
I'd rather not.
I got 2 things with hearts in them. What is that word a lot in that game?
Yeah, 2 heart options.
2 flirt options.
Yeah. 2 flirt options and 1 broken heart option. Which one are you going for?
Broken heart? Is that the right answer?
The romance wheel.
Yeah.
Faywin, I would like to say you should learn how to fight without your magic. Sometimes when you depend on something too much, it becomes your weakest link when you don't have it.
But my bones are rubber.
You know what? We'll get you some milk.
Yes. Listen, you don't have
Fine
to be
milk.
bigger and stronger than the other people. I mean, look at me, I'm tiny.
Yes, but you're very capable.
Thank you. But just at least we should teach you how to use a dagger. It's about maneuvering and dexterity, not about strength.
All right.
So, worst case scenario, if your magic fails again, or you do not have enough time to use it without giving yourself away to anyone important, you can still cut a bitch.
I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
Anyone just said so casually, like, just cut a bit. Like,
Yeah, when in doubt,
Cut a bitch.
Cut a bitch, yeah.
It has worked so far for me in my life. So,
Same.
just know how to use it, and know where to stab. Remember, the pointy end as it goes towards them. I think a dagger would be the easiest for you.
I'm acquainted with how blades work, yes.
Yep, you stab them with the pointy end.
I know what sex is.
Yeah.
I definitely know what sex is.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Anyway, I'm going to go up and get some air, I think.
I'll go with you.
I'm going to stay down here and take a nap. Because
It
you
is-
are up there.
Oh, Bella, it's almost like you're being rocked to sleep. It's great.
I know. Please make it stop.
It's fine. And she's just gonna lay on her bed and or hammock, I'm not sure what it is. And just like whistle along sea shanties that she knows.
Yes, you can lay down. As the others go to venture into the ship.
Yeah, I'm not letting
Um,
Faywin go upstairs by himself.
That's fair.
What?
You never know.
It's true. So by the time you guys get up, you can see a few, generic ship crew people who are busy doing their thing. You do see the very elaborately dressed, playing instrument, nonchalantly looking at everyone, but very clearly doing a scope. The elven woman that Bella spoke to watches you guys as you come up. And with a quick look around, you will notice one person who is not part of the ship's crew, it looks like.
Okay.
You can see darker hair is in braids that are kind of loosely tied into the back of her head, and dark skin, dark eyes, real big kissers, and
About to say.
she's yeah, uh, like watching the sea. It seems mostly looking to where you see Kirkwall and the Free Marches slowly disappearing. It's very hard to kind of see it at the moment, and just glancing around at who is on the ship, notices you two coming up and gives you a bit of a look, just that that casual like, who are these people, and then goes back to looking out at the water. But it seems it's a pleasant day weather-wise, but the sea still feels quite tumultuous. And Robin, you've been across the Waking Sea a few times. You know that this is fairly standard fare for this sea. It's not an easy stretch of water to pass over. But the boat seems to be doing it well. It seems to be built almost intentionally so to pass over waters such as this.
Do you wanna, Faywin, go see if anyone has a spyglass we can borrow? Maybe we can see some whales.
Sure. Is it normal to have trouble standing up?
Sometimes. That's a loud car. Sometimes it especially there's no solid ground, so the boat will go with the water. It's not that hard for me because my center of gravity is a little bit lower. But if you need to like lean on something, I got your shoulder or whatever.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome.
I imagine that I am looking at everyone else on the ship, but not in the subtle roguish way that my friend did. I am just ogling every stranger.
Yeah. Yeah. It seems certainly the elven woman who is playing her instrument is look at, like, when you look over at her, she will look over at you, give you a smile and a slight nod of the head.
Ah, I know her.
Do you?
Yeah.
Does she play well?
Yeah. Like.
I mean, her instrument.
Yeah.
I mean,
of
the
course.
musical instrument.
Yes, of course. I understand where you were going, Feywind. Yeah, of course she does. I mean, if she didn't, she'd be out of the job.
Do you think she'll play during this journey? For fun?
If you pay her, she'll probably play, and she knows a song, probably. What do you want to hear?
Oh, well, I don't have any gold.
Oh, okay. I wouldn't pay a full gold just to play a song. But hold on. I have, I'll go. I got a song in mind. I'll go and talk to her, and maybe she has a spyglass, and we can whale watch. I'm gonna walk over to the bar.
Are you gonna be going and joining?
Yes, especially if it's by a railing.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
Hi ho.
Hello.
Nice fancy seeing you on a boat. But I mean, I've probably seen you on boats before. How's it going?
Quite possibly. Oh,
yeah.
Very good. Very good. How's it going with you?
You know, just a traveling back and forth, selling hair care products and skin care products, and you know, hanging the fuck out.
Good. Acquiring new friends. I'm sorry, I don't believe we've met. My name's Susanna, and she'll hold out a very elegant hand to you.
Oh, hello. Faywin.
Nice to meet you, Faywin.
Yeah, he's a new assistant.
Alright.
I was admiring your instrument.
I'll bet you were.
It's very pretty.
Yes, I'm rather good at playing it. Would you like to hear a song?
I would love it. I don't have anything to give you, though.
Oh, it's fine. For you, I'll give it free. You look like a nervous little intern. That's him. She'll look at Bella. Not Bella, sorry, Robin.
Yeah. Kind of give like a nod. Do you have a specific song you wanna hear, Faywin? Or
Oh no, anything.
Ooh, do you know the one? It kind of goes. And I don't want the world to see me, 'cause I don't think that they'd understand when everything's meant to be broken. You know that one, right?
Yeah.
It's named after a flower.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah. You know, a lot of people keep asking me for a song called Freebird, and I'm glad I'm getting some variety. I can
There you go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. So she'll start playing her song for you. Goes into that well-known song.
Sorry.
And she really is exceptionally talented. Very very quick work with the.
And I will gift her 3 silver like tipper. So for the songs,
Thank you.
yeah. You wouldn't happen to have a spyglass on you, would you? That we could just borrow?
I don't have a spyglass. No, it's not really in my bag of tricks.
Yeah, okay. Faywin's never seen a whale.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, occasionally when you're out in slightly larger ocean than this, they'll come and swim alongside the boats for occasions.
Oh, the small ones for sure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I hope that you see one. I don't have a spyglass though.
Well, thanks
I'm
anyway.
sure I could try and acquire you one to borrow.
Oh. Out of curiosity, how long does this boat trip take, by the way? I would know.
It's only 2 days.
2 days?
Yeah, you'll get
okay.
there, like, yeah. So there's going to be, like, an overnight, and then you will arrive there the following day.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I'll definitely do that for you.
Ah, thanks, fam. Appreciate you.
Anything to let people see whales for the first time. That'd be quite exciting.
I got another one. My larger intern. He has also not seen a whale because he's a VAR. But he is not too keen on coming up to deck. He's never been in the ocean before, ever. So he's just like, it's very, very funny because he doesn't know what to hold, his chair or his beer.
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe just get some rope and tie him down so he still has the feeling of security, but he can use his hands on his beer.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Mm-hmm.
And you just see Robin, like,
I know some
bite
good knots.
the inside of her cheek and, like, look up and, like, huh.
You come back to the room, it's just Bella, like, putting bondage type, like, rope on it.
Hey, how you doing, guys? This is fun.
Something tells me Bella knows perfect shibari.
Yeah.
Girl can tie a good knot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Her love interest has not discovered it yet.
Yet being the key word.
Yeah.
The keyword, yeah.
But yes, no, I will definitely, I'll acquire you that for you.
Thanks.
To borrow. I'm sure they won't notice.
Any fun people you've seen on the ship, other than us, of course?
There's a few.
Oh yeah.
Roll a persuasion for her.
Okay. Persuasion's in communication, right?
Yes.
Okay. 14.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's a group, and she'll kind of like casually look past you towards the elf that is over at the railing.
Mm-hmm.
And her voice intentionally gets quiet, which gives you the impression she may be part of it. 4 of them. Interesting people. Seem to want to leave Kirkwall in a hurry.
In a hurry, huh? It's not like we can make the boat go faster, but that's interesting.
Yeah. I suspect they're trying to find a place of safety from the war.
Ah,
Mm.
the war.
Mm-hmm.
What
I
war?
mean, there's kind of technically two. Have you heard of the other one? It's all the scandal. Well, there's a war going on between a certain people who live in circular buildings, the
Ah,
gatekeepers.
yep. Mm-hmm.
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 But the other is in Orlais. Empress Celine and her cousin have been quarreling recently.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and she's gone missing. People don't know if she's dead or if she's been kidnapped. It's all very exciting. But there's
Celine?
a mage rebellion going on. Mm-hmm. No, not mage rebellion, an elf rebellion. The
Celine.
elves
We
are
don't know where Celine's at?
sitting. Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Currently, I'm sure she'll turn up, but she has an interesting relationship with the elves that are within her kingdom.
A very interesting relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But their elves are rebelling. I'm not sure it's going to end well for them though.
Oh.
So I hightailed it out of Orlais very quickly.
No, I bet. And are you thinking that that's why our White Braids is also running?
No, I think she maybe once lived in a circular building.
Okay.
Hmm. Given that some of the people that are traveling with her have very interesting tattoos, if you want to call them that.
Oh?
Mm.
And I'm just gonna give her another silver. Uh, what kind of tattoos? Just explain that to me because I was looking away from the camera.
She points at her forehead.
Like yours.
Like mine.
It was the tranquil tattoo Bella told you about.
Yeah.
Mm. Oh,
No,
yeah.
not the Valis thing. No.
Oh, okay. Okay, so tranquil tattoos, not Dalish tattoos.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Any of them were... I know they're not Dalish tattoos, but Daphne, Jesus Christ. Robin is gonna ask it anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Seen anyone with red tattoos on their face lately?
I have at some point. It was a curiosity because they're not commonly read, but that was quite a while ago.
Okay. Hey, thanks for the song. Talented
You're
as
welcome.
talented as always. How you feeling, Faywin?
I think I'm going to take a lap.
You want me to go with you, or?
You can if you like. I just need to walk.
Okay.
Thank you very much for the song.
Sea legs. Oh, you're welcome.
Mm-hmm.
We still have some time, so if you want another one, just come find me later.
Thank you.
I could play something very relaxing.
I'm not gonna follow Faywin. I'm gonna like closely, but I am gonna keep him within like eye distance as I'm just sort of like carousing around the rest of the ship. Like I'm gonna keep him in my peripherals.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you're watching his back without necessarily walking with him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's going to basically just walk around the entire length of the railing of the ship and keeping one hand on the railing.
Okay. You will get to a point where you'll have to either bump into or go around the dark-skinned elven woman.
He'll keep a respectful distance.
Yeah. Like sort of nervously crossing the street from someone that don't want to.
Yeah.
Sure. Yes, you can do that. It's not a big ship, but you hold on tight and manage to go on your little lap.
I'm gonna casually approach the stark-skinned elf right as Faywin goes around them. Just sort of lean on the railing and like backwards and just kind of sigh heavily. It's like he'll get his sea legs eventually.
Oh, doesn't like the water.
First time.
Yeah. It's pretty intimidating, I suppose.
What about you? First time? You've been clinging onto this rail pretty tightly. Not that I've been checking you out or anything.
Oh. I've been on a boat when I was younger. When I was a child.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a long time though. Never been across this particular sea though.
Not across the wake. So we're on the Waking Sea, right? We're crossing the Waking Sea. Oh, so I'm assuming you came from up north, if that's the case, and not from Orlair or Ferelden.
Yes. When I was very young, we lived in Ravine.
Okay. Never
We
crossed
then
the sea.
moved to the Free Marches. So.
I'm just getting my own geography mixed up. Orlais is on the same side that we're crossing, though, right?
Orlais is, yeah. Let me just
a bigger map, because I think we're just on the Ferelden map here.
Yeah. Let me just click off. I had all my NPC things. There we go. So, basic geography. You guys were in the Free Marches thereabouts. Ferelden is directly south from where you are.
Gotcha.
To the west of Ferelden is Orlais, and Orlais is big.
That's right. It goes around the sea.
Yeah. All the way around. Yeah. So it kind of stops around about there. Ravine is all the way up top here in a much hotter place in the world. So she would have crossed over the Rialto Bay to get into the Free Marches, which still the sea, you know. But there's something about the Waking Sea that is just particularly, even though it's a small strait, it's notorious for storms. Obviously, that's why it's
you want to do me a favor?
Sure. Well, depends what it is, I suppose.
If you see a whale, you should find me.
Okay.
I have 2 friends that have never seen whales before. Have you seen one before?
At a distance, we saw its tail.
Nice.
And the blow up.
Nice. Very nice. And then, you know, as I'm having like this very casual conversation, my voice will just get a little bit lower, and I'm gonna ask, "Are you safe?"
Roll a persuasion, roll a communication roll.
Okay.
Just it's almost like persuading her to
trust me,
be calm with the question, and to trust it.
Oof, it's an 11.
Of course, why wouldn't I be?
Okay.
I don't think the ship's that dangerous, really. I hope not, anyway.
Well then, that's good, because whales are safe, sharks are not. But if you see a shark, also come and find me.
Okay. I'll just not go in the water with them.
Great idea.
Stay safe.
Well,
what should I call you when I'm looking for you?
Oh, I'm Robin, like the bird.
Okay. Right. Yeah. Orana.
Cool. I'm gonna go check on my wobbly elf.
Okay. She'll kind of nod at you as you wander away to try and find Faywin.
You spoke to her?
Yeah, I sure did.
Is she, you know?
Is she single?
Actually, you know.
The important question right
You
here.
know.
There's like a moment where I'm just gonna stop and it's like, she'll come and find me if she sees whales or sharks. I
Is
think.
that code?
I meant it to be code. I hope she caught on.
Right.
Mhm.
I if they are that way, I would like to help them if I can, but
Of course. Yeah. I mean that's
I
why
could tell them I could tell them I know a bit about medicine if they need it.
Yeah, if you wanna do that. I think it'd be super weird if I just walked up again with you. That would seem nosy, so I'll just keep
No, of
looking
course.
out.
I'm just
I'll just
sorting
keep
it out.
Yeah, you can do it today.
I'm not used to. I'm used to being somewhere where everyone knew who I was and what I could do. I'm just getting used to it.
I mean, how is that? Like just being anonymous for you?
It's very exciting. I love being able to walk and look across very long distances.
Mhm.
It's strange being on here, but I love looking across the sea and going somewhere.
Yeah, it's pretty dope. The water's cool. It's really cold if you jump in. I don't recommend it.
It's strange to trust something so large and powerful to take care of you.
Yeah. Well, I think as long as you have the right tools for it, you can make use of it. Like this big boat!
Yes, unlike the Fate.
Yeah. If that's how you want to compare it. But you know what? This boat is starting to rock me back into a nap, so I'm gonna go back and nap, maybe. Maybe we can convince Arlen to come up and walk up here.
The
Tell-
fresh air might do him good.
I think so. I think so. Come on, do it.
All right.
So you guys can head into the room. I imagine, Bella, you might wake from your nap when you hear them entering.
Hi, what happened? Everything okay?
Oh yeah, we met that bard, and there's apparently some circle mages hanging out, and
And we're fine.
huh?
And we're fine.
Yeah, yeah, just keeping
More mages than before. That's
Yeah, they're fine. As long
yeah.
as they
It's
don't
just
turn
I
into
told them if they saw
abominations.
any whales or sharks, we'll help them out with that.
Okay.
It was code.
That's... Did they understand it was code?
I don't know.
I mean, I'd love to be able to see a whale shark.
You know what?
There is a whale shark.
There is one, and it might be their spawning seasons. But the thing is that like it takes patience to see these creatures, and you pretty much have to be up there all the time, or you might just miss it. So, you know what? Faywin could use a lap buddy, like
To sit on my lap?
I mean, if that's what you two want to do, it's up to you too.
yeah. But I mean, like
Sure.
to stretch leg stretching, walking. There, you should ask the bard for a song and other things. She's got lots of stuff to talk about.
Can she do Freebird though?
She
ask
can,
it.
but she's been getting annoyed by it, so I wouldn't suggest it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm out of this bottle. I'm gonna put it down on the table with a clink. I think I want to go see outside because my stomach might not be happy right now.
Yep.
Here,
Yep.
take a pipe, take a tote. It helps with nausea.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, exhale.
There you go.
Just a big cloud. I'm gonna get up and hold on to the ceiling because I'm tall enough to just hold on to me.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
And I'm gonna make my way toward the door.
Okay.
I'm going to keep sleeping. Maybe if I sleep, we'll get there faster.
I'm gonna see about pushing the boat.
Okay, you do that, big guy.
Yeah.
That means you have to get in the water, though.
No. You'll see.
Just stands at the back and like trying to push him, but he's on the boat.
I was gonna go in the mast and just start pushing.
Sure.
I know how boats work.
So is everybody going up but Bella?
I think Robin's gonna stay down again.
Okay. Sure.
I'd like to
Faven,
see.
are you going with Ireland? Just so I'm establishing who's up there.
Yes, I'll go up with him.
Okay. Sure.
I'm gonna. Do we pass the room that's right next to ours?
Yes, you can do.
I'd like to just wait a second and see if I can hear anything coming from the room as I walk by.
Sure. Do a perception hearing.
I'd like to do that too, if that's all right.
Sure.
I got smelling.
Did he
going on there?
smell anything funny coming from the other side of the room?
What's going on in there? It is wild to
Oh,
me that
shoot,
as a
I didn't.
focus.
I got a 10.
Let's see, you're
They could have food.
They could have food.
Mine's only a 12. I rolled badly.
Okay, yeah.
Or awesome.
You don't really hear much. You can hear whispers. But it seems you have, unfortunately for you both, timed with a moment that one or some or all of the inhabitants of this room are going to leave. So as you're like casually leaning in, it's up to you how obvious you are doing it. You may just be like standing there and doing a bit of a lean, but the door will open, and you see.
I was actually just putting my hand on the door as if I was going to fall in.
Sure. A way to do the process of lifting Hood up, but is too slow as he opens the door and sees you all, and sort of freezes in place, not sure what to do. You see what is clearly an older human male. I labeled him as Papa just to clarify to you that this is the guy I was talking about earlier. That was it's not just elf daddies on the stream; we also have human daddies. Clearly quite grizzled and looks like he's been through the wars a little, but has underneath his little coif of hair a rather unmistakable for you, Feywin, a brand on his forehead. And just sort of like pauses still as he looks at you and then sort of looks behind him as if for some sort of cue as to what he should do. And you can see inside the room there is a human woman with very pale skin, quite striking blue eyes, and dark hair, looking a little perturbed at first, and then looking to the gentleman, and also, last one, sitting on the bed is a blonde woman, very sort of like quite sheer, shiny blonde hair, also blue eyes, and save changes, please. A brand on her head as well, but she's like sitting on the bed. And they all sort of like freeze for a moment, looking at you.
Oh, I'm very sorry to crowd you.
I'm gonna hold my head, my mouth, and yeah. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna find a way to get out of here.
You can leave for the exit, sure.
All you hear is boom, 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 boom. Blah.
Oh dear.
I'm okay.
Is
It's
your
a-
friend seasick?
Yes, I think we are discovering he is.
I missed the side of the boat. It's on my shoes.
Oh, oh no.
Trying to face. I see. Just slowly starts pulling his suit up.
Is there anyone else in this hallway?
No.
I wanted to let you know. That if you needed anything, I know a bit about medicine, and I am also marked. And he'll pull the scarf that's around his head up to show his clipped ear.
Oh, that looks painful.
Not anymore.
It is different to my mark.
Yes, of course. But I know about your mark more intimately than I would like.
Again, there's like a moment of hesitation where he looks back at the woman with the dark hair, who is the one in the room that doesn't appear to have a mark. Again, looking almost like for a signal. You would know enough about them that knowing the cues about when and when not to speak, especially right now in their situation, it's like especially dangerous to be tranquil because they, as you know, they don't have the capabilities necessarily for like deceit, because that ties to our ability to have that emotional range, which being made tranquil robs you of. So he has this moment where he hesitates and looks back at her, and she'll kind of come up and put a hand on his shoulder and give you a bit of a look over. She is, in fact, I'm gonna just roll real quick. As she does what is effectively your perception empathy roll. It's not bad. How much do you know about his mark?
Well, and I'm assuming I don't recognize any of these people.
Mm-mm.
I don't know you personally, of course, but I have lived with people with this mark. And I'm sorry to have given you a fright.
It's alright. Where is it that you are from?
Ostwick?
Mm-hmm. Yes. She'll kind of look outside the room and then indicate for you to come in if you wish.
I'll go in.
Mm-hmm. And she'll close the door. I take it you have also escaped then?
Yes, by some miraculous stroke of luck.
Yeah, there was a lot of casualties at Oswick.
Yes, they went. Well, it was almost like they were relieved to have the excuse.
I quite agree.
Do you all have somewhere to go? You don't need to tell me where, of course.
No, it's fine. We are trying to make landfall in Ferelden and heading to the center. We hear that there's somewhere that is safe. People are trying to shelter our kind. Those who don't want to actively participate in the war, that is. There are many of our peers who are actively trying to take the fight to them.
Yes, I've just heard of that.
At the moment, it's chaotic on both sides. I don't think either are very organized. I think there are some, most of those who were senior in rank, that are trying to organize it in a more formal way. Where we are going is simply safe shelter. We're hoping that the word of this is not just hearsay in order to lure us out. But we escaped with these two now. We're having to be extra cautious. We can hide what we are, but they can't.
Yes, and with my apologies for speaking of you two in the third person, but I imagine there are others who would want to use them.
Yes. They're very good at what they do. Don't you, Dominic? And he kind of nods his head. It's, well, it's unfortunate and unpleasant all around. We are from Kirkwall. We found somewhere to try and hide out in the lower parts of the city, underground, but it became too dangerous. So, here we are.
Well, if there's anything that I can do to help.
Are you trying to get somewhere safe?
I don't know. Part of me feels like a coward for...
It is not cowardly to survive. It's very brave. It would be cowardly to give in to their side with them, in a way, I think. But after what we've been through, and the way that we've lived, I don't think anything anybody does could be seen as cowardly.
But I would like to help you if I can. So let me know. And my friends, they are protecting me.
Good. It's nice that you have people keeping you safe.
I'm glad you're here for them.
Yeah. Yes. And we're hoping to meet some allies in the city we're going to. I hear there's a way to be escorted to the safe space. Again, I'm really hoping that what we've heard is true. It would be devastating if it was a lure. But at this stage, it's all we can do.
Well, I have only heard that the rebellion is gathering there.
Yeah.
But I have also heard that there are many factions all breaking loose.
Yes. They're infighting with each other as well. I don't think the Chantry knows what to do with itself. It's lost its protection as well, in a way.
Well, if we are both going to High Ever, we can stay close if you would like to be a little more secure before you meet these people.
Certainly, that would be nice. I've been posing as a noble. I mean, I was noble before my sudden discovery of what I am. And I was shipped off like they were shipping me to some sort of boarding school. Which it wasn't. So they are pretending to be servants of mine. To keep them safe. It's worked so far.
My friend is a merchant, but we all pretend to be merchants too.
We do what we must.
God forbid anyone asks me about what salves to put where, because I don't know.
The chances are they won't know either. You just have to fake it till you make it.
Right. I'm trying. Well, it was very good to meet you.
And you. I'm Elsie.
Elsie.
This is Dominic and Marianne. And she'll shake your hand. And you see the other two kind of do like what they know to be formal greetings, so they will offer hands for you as well.
Very good to meet you. I'll talk to my group and perhaps we can just make sure your meeting goes well.
Thank you. That's kind. If there is anything we can do to help you, just let us know.
Yes, well, I think seasickness is the worst of it right now. I should probably check on him.
Have something minty. The mint flavor chases.
Oh, yes. Right, thank you.
I might actually have something. I wasn't a senior ranking, but I was quite high up, really, in the Chantry with healing arts. But it includes treatments like that, you know. It's not all about magic.
Oh, well.
And you know, I can't imagine there is anything that we can actually use in High Ever, but Dominic here is a dab hand at enchanting now. And he still remembers mostly how to use a weapon. It's what he did when he was pretending very hard not to be a mage through his life.
I hope it won't come to that.
No. But I don't want to ever turn violent against anyone. It is not in my nature, but if it is about protecting these people, I'll do what I have to.
I understand. Well, I'm very glad to know you.
And are you?
And I will go to check on my barfing friend.
Yeah. Arlen, have you done anything about your shoes?
I mean, I tried to make it to the railing to go and do things overboard, but I think I just didn't make it. And at this point,
it maybe just blew back because like the high winds. So you maybe did try to get overboard, and it just came back a bit.
I just threw up in my mouth a little bit.
Oh,
sorry.
That's all right. So at this point, I once again took off my shirt to wipe my face.
Any excuse.
Shut up. And I'm just holding on to a sleeve, and with my other arm, it's around the mast, and I'm just holding tight.
Okay.
Oh.
That is what you come upon, Fairman.
We should we should get something from Robin for the smell.
I I'm a big man and I'm afraid of water.
It's all right. It's frightening. It can kill you, you know.
Don't tell me that.
I mean it. I mean you're. I. What I mean is that you're not being cowardly. It's understandable. It's all right.
Not gonna lie, Arlen is crying just a little bit.
Oh,
Just a little bit.
oh, he's having a hard time.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, do you think you got it all out?
Yeah, that was mostly alcohol.
Right. I'm sorry. I thought the fresh air would be good for you, but I suppose we should keep you downstairs.
No, I need to be out here. I need to not be scared.
You don't need to not be scared. You can be scared all you like.
Okay. Well, while Arlen recovers and tries to make himself be brave.
I'm the bravest of them all, okay?
Bella, what are you doing? Are you napping? Contemplating life, the world never.
Yeah, she wants to sleep. She's like, if I fall asleep, this will pass quicker. But before she's asleep, she is thinking back on the memory that she was shown in the fade of her father, and she's trying to see if she remembers anything about him.
Sure. I guess it's a cunning roll for like your own personal recollection.
Straight cunning, because I don't have personal recollection.
There's not really a specific knowledge type, but it's trying to go back into your memories. You have things on the spreadsheet if you want this to be a success.
Yeah.
Thank you, chat, for
let me double check
things.
the spreadsheet. I don't know if I have any. I don't have it open. I'm sorry.
So this is a viewer-factored game, everyone. You can help out with your bits and your subs and your coffee donations.
Yup.
Including allowing the group to meet the Nug King, which we're still holding out hope happens. I think we're $5 away from that.
I don't have any rerolls or auto successes, so.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's an 8.
Okay. You are struggling to remember more. It's one of those things where like you've had a dream and you remember that you had the dream and the elements of it. So it's not necessarily that you've picked up more information, but you are recalling the conversation between him and your mother that you saw. Again, as with all of you, they were given a vision in the fade that all seemed very personal and very hard-hitting stuff for each of them. Yours had your father seemingly having a conversation with your mother where he was suggesting that he wasn't going to be able to stay in your lives, and that some unknown would essentially expect something of the two of you, or expect to be given you. It was hard to make out, but you remember that much about him, about the dream.
Remember what he looked like in the dream? So it's not getting more information, but just recollecting.
Yes, you also would remember that he appeared to be redheaded, so it seems you get your hair from him, and was elven. He seemed on the taller side, not like shadow tall. He wasn't like abnormally tall for an elf, but slender and strong looking. wearing dark clothing, it seemed. But it was sort of warped slightly because what you were mostly seeing was your mother holding Marius as a baby.
Mm-hmm.
You could hear the sounds of yourself uh, in there as a young child, and you were hearing his voice. So there was
Mm-hmm.
an element of seeing him, but it was slightly at the edge of that fisheye lens kind of
Yeah,
deal.
yeah, yeah.
So there was elements of him that you
So I
remember.
know the basics like red hair,
Dark clothing,
dark
elven,
clothing,
yeah.
color.
Mhm.
Do I remember like the blur, the color of skin the blur was?
Um, yeah, he was tanned,
Mm-hmm.
um, on the fairer side, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, because I know Marius is a fairer skin than Bella.
He's fairer skinned than Bella. It seems that your father was certainly fairer skinned than your mum. Your
Yeah.
mum was
So Bella
definitely
took
full on
after her mom in
Antivan.
skin, and then
Yeah,
Marius took after their dad. Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
He was fairer, yeah. But so you remember that much about him. As to what you're interpreting from that, that's kind of up to you.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Okay.
uh,
Just
yeah,
gonna
you remember those elements.
give a type of sigh, and just turn over and just try and fall asleep.
Mm-hmm. Um, roll a cultural lore for me,
Oh no.
if you have cultural lore.
I do. I do have 16.
Ooh. Um, as you roll over and you're frustrated by not recalling more about the memory. You're just picking up little bits that you remember. The few little signposts that you're picking up, there's something about the things that he was saying. Certainly about someone taking you and your brother, like taking the kids. That there's like a little information wiggling away in your brain as you're trying to drift off to sleep. That it does. It triggers something about Antivan culture that there is people who take children to train them up.
Is it a sort of uneven bird
It is a sort of Antivan bird,
of the
yeah.
black variation?
The corvid, yeah,
Yeah,
corvid.
the
It's a
corvid
black corvid,
family.
yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Would you say
Hmm.
it's a uneven
Hmm.
crow?
Uh,
Hmm.
yeah, with a 16 in cultural lore, the way he was speaking and the concern over you and the giving himself distance from you to sort of sacrifice you being paying the price. He would pay the price instead by giving you distance. Uh, seems like possibly. I mean, you can't guarantee it, and you don't know if the vision is something that is real or not. You're not sure,
Mm-hmm.
but that there's enough little
Hints there.
flags have been raised in your head.
Okay.
Yes.
A lot of it's that meme of like the red string and all the papers on the wall.
Yeah, you're trying. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, she'll put a pin on that in her mind.
Okay. Sure. As you guys wind down for the end of your first day, it would be naturally time for people to go to sleep anyway. Um, the stars are particular, especially for those of you who are normally city dwellers. It's not necessarily a dazzling thing for Arlen because where you lived, you would frequently get very clear nights where you could see every single fucking star in the sky. But being at sea, without the light pollution that comes from cities, it's quite a dazzling view.
And on my side, it reminds me a bit of home.
Yeah,
It's
it
helping.
feels there's a comfort to knowing that there's still something so familiar like the sky and this shared experience from where you are at home and where you are now. It's the same sky, and that's almost like an anchoring feeling in you.
I think at that point, instead of just hugging the mast, I'd be sitting back to it, just looking up at the sky.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It'll bring some comfort.
After a bit, I'm gonna go find my friends because I don't want
Sure.
to just leave them alone by themselves.
Okay. So you can all congregate back in the room. It's up to you, those of you who've gained more information, if you want to pass that on before sleeping or after.
While I was on the deck, which I
Mm.
spent a lot of time, anything of note aside from just the crew working?
There's crew working. The Dark Stand Up is no longer there. But you do see the quite striking looking albino elf who's still just watching things, looking out at the sea, playing some music, spots you, amused smirk, um, and will play some music, seemingly to soothe you. She's perhaps entertained by your lack of sea legs.
Well, that's very nice of her to be playing music, though.
Yeah, a nice, calming, relaxing song.
Anybody came by to her to ask about Freebird again?
No, it does not
Okay.
seem that anybody went to ask her about Freebird. They've maybe already been told where to go.
Got it. But yes,
Able to find
I'm going to be
friends.
using this as a learning experience for Arlen to
Mm.
get used to the boat, to the ocean, not as the ocean, but the sea.
Yeah. Okay.
But I will congregate back to my friends.
Right.
I'm hungry anyway, so.
Yeah. So you're all in the room, ready for your night at sea.
Sure is a lot of napping. Whew.
There is a lot of napping, yeah.
Oh man.
I mean, we kind of need it. Not gonna lie.
No, not gonna. I mean, I'm not complaining about it. It's just like, it's kind of weird to just be able to sit down and breathe for so long. And I know for some of this isn't relaxing. And I'm gonna look over at Arlen. Like,
I know, but
I'm doing better.
okay.
Oh,
after what we've
Robin,
been
do you
through.
have any mint or peppermint in your
Oh,
supplies?
yeah. Yeah, here, and like I have some. I'll like peppermint oil is just something that I probably carry with me on a reg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
The lady next door told me.
Oh, lady next door.
Told you
Yes,
what?
well, they are all just so, and she is a noble, and the rest of them are pretending to be her servants. Um, and I told her that we might be able to help them connect with the people they're going to meet in High Ever.
Oh.
Is that all right?
She's connected to the girl we talked to on deck, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean.
Oh well, not the tattooed elf.
Right. The one looking out for sharks and whales.
Yes, exactly.
Do you know who they're going to meet in High Ever?
People who they've been told are looking for a safe haven in Ferelden, but we know there are a lot of different groups, so I want to make sure they're meeting the right people.
Fair, if they don't mind waiting a bit, so I can get to the people that I need to get to first. That should be fine. They could come with. The alien is quite safe for them, though as a noble, I'm not sure how she will see that.
Yes, they might.
Nobles pay though. I remind Bella.
Yes.
Nobles pay.
Well, I don't know if that will be attracting more attention than they're comfortable with, but I'm sure we can work something out so that we're close by if they need help.
Yes.
Not
I have
opposed
no
to a
problem
few
with
more,
that.
a little bit more foot traffic with us. I think it'll be okay.
Oh yes, and she did say that they were capable if it came down to it.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't. I'm fine with helping them.
yeah.
Me too. They seem to be running away from whatever was happening.
War.
But yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I have no issue with that.
So, at the prospect of having some mages and tranquil who are needing help from you all, um, you're able to take to your beds for proper sleep.
Mm-hmm.
There's, for those of you who aren't totally put off by the water, there's something actually quite relaxing by the sway of the boat to just gently rock you off to sleep. And the sound of water is definitely soothing to many. Uh, while you are asleep,
Oh, that's joyous.
Bella.
Love those words.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Everybody just has that moment of.
While you're asleep.
While you're
Oh,
From
no.
asleep.
me.
I had one group I nearly murdered when they were in their sleep. That was
Yeah.
fun. But you have a dream which is particularly vivid, maybe more so than you're used to, although still somewhat abstract. In that you are dreaming that you and your brother are racing horses with each other. So you're trying to beat one another to, you're not sure where. But you're both riding across the desert, it seems. Um, there's something about the deserts and the landscapes that you're seeing that almost looks like it's from a painting or a picture. But your image of your brother is quite vivid, and certainly the image of yourself and the horse is more realistic than the scene around you. Um, but you're laughing and lighthearted, and you're beating him, obviously, much to his dismay. Um, and as with any dream, it ends just before you reach a finish line. So you never get that satisfying end to whatever it is that you are doing. Like when you're busy making a meal that looks so freaking delicious, and then you wake up before you get to eat it, you realize the meal wasn't real, and it's like, why would my brain do this to me? So you're not sure if you won. Arlen, you also have a dream
Mm-hmm.
that is perhaps more vivid and alive than those you tend to have. Um, you dream that you are surrounded by a plethora of sexy ladies of differing races.
Mm-hmm.
So there's like one for every flavor almost. Um, and they are hand feeding you fruit, which is quite exciting. You know, it's nice, refreshing, you assume. But as you bite into the fruit, every time you do it, it becomes quite ashen and moldy and horrible tasting. Uh, and the sexy ladies seem very dismayed by what you're going through.
Oh no.
And with coos and gentle words, words you're not able to make out, but you can tell that they're comforting you. They are washing the fruit with clear water, and the act of cleaning the food makes it more edible for you, and you eat into it, and it's suddenly like the best fruit you've ever eaten. And with one last little giggle from a woman, you wake up.
Fruits.
Fruit! You wake up. It's a new day, it's morning, you can hear seabirds. All four of you are now awake and feeling really quite well rested. Given everything that you have been through, being here on this boat has provided you an opportunity to really just sleep without worrying about things coming at you and being uncomfortable and thoughts of the fade and this cult and all this sort of stuff. You've just had a chance to properly get a decent rest in, and you're all feeling really quite replenished. But you know that on this following day is when you arrive. In fact, you maybe only have an hour or two before you will be arriving in Highever. Two of you having that moment of waking up from a sudden dream.
Hey, everyone up and let's get ready to go.
I'm hungry. I feel like I need to eat some fruits.
We'll get you fruit when we're in Highever.
They usually carry citrus on the boat.
Oh.
You'll
Do you
get
think we
sick
should
if
be
you don't.
Don't want to get scurvy.
Okay, should we go and raid the pantry?
Sure. Just pack up. Let's all be ready. Bella's like antsy. She like wants to get out of the boat, not because she doesn't like the boat, but she being so close to like where you've been needing to go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Food. Get your breakfast. Get your vitamin C, D, E, whatever you need. Let's just prepare to leave. Yeah.
Yeah, let's get ready to leave.
I assume this entire time, Finch has just been on like the deck.
Yep.
Like hanging out.
In like almost like slight powered down mode in a way. Yeah. Just chill and acting like a proper sentry.
I don't think he would fit in the little hallway.
Yeah, no,
under the
definitely
boat.
wouldn't.
No, he very purposely. You were told to have him in the middle of the boat so that his weight isn't, throwing off the ship's balance.
I like
So
to
he
think that
sat bang in the middle.
when Arlen was sitting against the mast, so was Finch.
On the other side, yeah.
Just to balance everything.
Yeah.
So I seriously would like to raid the pantry to see if there's any fruits that I can.
Sure. Perception
steal.
searching.
Yeah.
You're determined to find fruit.
I have smelling. Otherwise, it's just plain perception.
Sure. Fuck it. When else are you gonna get to use it? Smell it. Sit.
16 with 5 stun point.
You do, and you know what helps you find it? You smell. There's an unmistakable smell when one piece of fruit in the barrel or the bowl or the basket or whatever is going off. There is a particular smell of fruit that is going moldy, and you notice that first, but then it alerts you to the location of all the other fruit, which still seems to be perfectly fine, working order.
Okay.
So you see that there's a decent sized batch of apples, and you can see a couple. There's maybe like 3 or 4 like nice sized oranges.
Okay, so I'm gonna grab an orange, grab a couple apples. Anywhere I can wash them?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Put them in my bag for now.
You can try and search around because they would be carrying some still water on the ship for drinking purposes, but not immediately where you are.
You don't need to wash oranges. You just have to peel them.
15 to find fresh water.
Sure, with a 5 stunt, yeah, absolutely. You find
I'm on a mission.
Can he smell the water?
Barrel? No. A decent sized barrel that appears to be for their supply of drinking water or water to get collected if needed.
All right, so I'm gonna put my apples and the single orange in the water, try to wash them as best I can, and then bring them back to everybody.
Okay. Yeah.
And I distribute my bounty to my friends.
Okay, so you come back in the room and hand out some fruit to everyone.
Yep.
Oh, that was quick.
Ah, thanks.
Freshly clean too, so I know they're good.
No, you don't have to clean an orange. You just peel it, right?
No, I didn't know that. It's not like just. I go to just take a bite out of the orange without with the peel on.
No, the peel's bad for you. Don't do that.
It makes really good. Please actually save the peels for me.
Okay. Oh, okay, Robin. take the orange. You seem to know what you're gonna be doing with this.
Just gonna peel that orange and like put it in like a
Man from
cheesecloth.
Ferelden has never seen a fucking orange in his
No.
life.
Yeah.
You can
Bella
peel it
knows
for him.
how Robin gets about the orange peel, so she's just gonna start taking a dagger and peeling it, and then just giving the peels to Robin.
And the flesh to
start
Arlen.
Yeah.
Mm. That'd be so great.
Freshly cleaned oranges.
Mm-hmm.
It's clean.
There's like a moment where you maybe hesitate, Arlen. You'd be like, "Is this gonna do what? Is it gonna turn?" No, it's fine. It's good. It's good fruit.
Okay.
Just as well, I cleaned it.
Yes, that's because I cleaned it. No other reasons. And I just slammed that orange down.
It is delightful. It's mind blowing how good this taste is for you.
This voyage has been eye-opening.
Has it?
Yes.
Good.
We'll never come back on the boat, are we?
I mean, we could.
Never know where life takes you, Arlen.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll be ready then too.
Yeah. Maybe then you'll get your sea legs.
Like, and here's the thing. Now you know that you can survive it.
Yes.
Like, you've done it already. Like, the initial fear is gone. It's like, I've done it before. I can do it again.
Exactly.
I can survive a big demon. I can survive the fade. And worst of all, I can survive the sea. Anything, nothing's going to be able to kill me in the end.
Don't say that, buddy. She'll pat his arm.
That's definitely the conclusion to draw from all of this.
Of course.
Clearly, next I'm going to take on a dragon.
I mean, it's only logical.
Yeah, next step up.
By the way, Faywin, I forgot to mention that yesterday. I'm sorry for literally abandoning you when the door opened.
Oh, that's all right. I respect your urges.
But still.
It seems you did a good job sussing them out, so congratulations, Faven.
Thank you. Oh, I suppose we should let them know where we're going.
Yes. Do you want us to knock on the door?
I can do it.
Okay. You can invite them in here if they wish. Or you can just let them know where we're going.
I'll do that. I'll go around and knock on their door.
The first person to open the door is Dominic. It seems that the others are just getting themselves ready for the day. Good morning.
Hello. I wanted to let you and your lady know we have business in the alienage, so that's where we'll be going.
The alienage.
But yes, but if the time comes where you'd like some company for meeting the people you're going to meet, let us know.
And he looks back and gets a small nod and looks back to you. We also are going to the alienage.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Well, that works out then.
Yes. Can I get you anything?
Oh no, I'm all right, thank you. And if you would like to come in and meet the people I'm with, you are most welcome, and your lady.
Again, looks back, and she'll give a nod of the head. We'll come through soon.
I'll go back out. Well, it turns out they're also going to the alienage, so...
Well...
I'd be suspicious if it weren't the way it is.
True.
they don't have a tendency for duplicity.
Well, uh,
Out of curiosity, are
mhm.
none of them are elves, or are they elves? I don't know if you mentioned it.
The dark skin one was for
Yeah,
sure. The one I
should
talked
Okay.
to. Yeah.
So there's an elf and a human, and both of the Tranquil are human as well.
Okay.
Yeah, they've got one elf with them, but it's the one I haven't met.
Hmm. Okay. Makes it less weird to try to enter an alienage without without someone that would belong there per se.
Well,
Attracts less
we've
attention.
I mean, the High Ever, we've also been inside that alienage.
Hmm.
So, like, they know us, like, the three of us there pretty well because we have helped them
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
with some serious business before. So,
Yeah.
Yes.
You know enough people of importance there.
mhm.
It doesn't take terribly long for there to be a knock at the door.
Oh.
I'll open it.
Mm-hmm. And you can see all four of your neighbors standing there with a little smile. And Elsie kind of gives everyone a little wave as she looks at you all. Good
It
morning.
might be a little crap, but you can come in.
Sure. We're used to tight quarters.
I'm gonna move to the back of the room.
Okay.
I'll say
yeah.
everyone's names.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So you're introduced to Elsie, who is the human woman who is dressed in quite fine clothes. Faywin, you would know enough that she didn't have those when she was in a circle, so she's clearly acquired them in some way. And then Orana, the elf who a few of you have met, and then Marianne, the blonde tranquil, and Dominic, who's the older gentleman. Again, kind of has, it looks like proper battle scars, but you can still make out quite clearly the little sunburst tattoo on his forehead.
It's
And they'll
nice
kind
to
of
meet
shuffle
you.
in and sit down.
It's nice to meet you all.
Yes, nice to meet you too.
May I ask, do you have a name of who you're meeting in the alienage?
Not names. I'm assuming that is intentional. We just have a location.
Do you know
We're a
which
little
one?
apprehensive. We're told that if you go to the total other side of the entrance to the alienage, there's a common building there with a large room, and
Well,
we've just to go there and wait for a little while and order grape juice. Um,
alright.
we're obviously very apprehensive about this, given the nature of everything. There are instances of people who are laying traps for our kind. Not just Templars, but people who are looking for effectively reward money for turning us in.
I'd call you stupid if you weren't apprehensive. So, we'd be happy to help suss out whoever is meeting you there. We know a few people there, and as well, um, well, it seems our group has a nose for sniffing out bullshit.
It's a useful skill to have.
Very.
I initially trained in something fairly similar in my life before my magic revealed itself.
I'm sure you have to do that if you were noble at some point.
Yes.
Well, that is good. Well, we don't. If I don't mind, if the group doesn't mind speaking for them, we would be happy to help you. We're meeting with a few people there as well.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I'm more than happy to take a bit of time sussing this out, as desperate as we are to find somewhere where we can just breathe finally. Um, I'd rather be cautious in getting there.
Good. You have a good head on your shoulders.
I try to.
Well, if you're all packed up, we can all head up and wait till we make plan.
Yes, I don't think it's going to take very long.
No.
It's. I can feel the nerves building with how close we are. Um,
We'll help you make sure you're meeting the right people.
thank you.
You're very welcome.
It's troubling times. I think
Very.
um, from what we've been told, we stayed in the same location. We're from Kirkwall originally, and we were sheltered underground within the city
Mhm.
until it was no longer safe to do so. So we haven't been out on the roads, but we know people who have. That seems to be the most dangerous place. Oddly enough, the cities, you don't see much of the fighting going on there.
No.
So,
Do
for the interest
you?
of your friend,
Mhm.
be careful when you're on the roads.
We always are. Thank you. Do your friends, and she'll point to the two Tranquil, do you have maybe hats for them?
They have rather deep hoods at the moment, which is doing the job as best it can. I was very carefully considering finding something to give them haircuts that would cover it, but it's a little harder with Dominic.
Yes.
Dominic,
Well,
but it seems like a self-conscious gesture to reach up and touch his hair, but I guess mostly Faywin would know that self-conscious again is something that he's not necessarily
mhm.
capable of feeling. But there is a moment where like he'll touch his hair when it's been spoken about
Yeah.
in a suck around my hair.
Well, I suggest getting maybe a few hats just in case. I was able to spot it in the hallway, even with the suit up.
Yes, we have just been able to get by with what we could get our hands on. We couldn't really.
Do you have money?
There's a few bits and pieces of coin I managed to make while I was in the lower regions. I'm particularly trained in healing magic, so I offered my services to those who needed it, but most of them couldn't afford. There's so much
That's
poverty
fine.
in that city, so we don't. We mages, and she'll look at Faywin, and she's assuming you know what she's talking about.
Mm-hmm.
We don't get material possession and coin in there, so
She's gonna go into her bag and take out 3 gold and just put it in her hand.
I. That is really very generous. I. Uh,
You're welcome. That's it. Keep it close. Use it when you need it.
sure. I think I wouldn't normally think to take money such as this, but I have 3 people I'm trying
Well, were our situations reversed, I'm sure you would help us.
to. I would, and I still will if ever you need it. Um, I'm not entirely sure where it is that we're going, but if you do have need of healing remedies or enchanting, certainly, let us know. I can't imagine there's going to be enchanting materials where we're going, but you know, can never know. Well, thank you for this. And if there is some way for us to help, then just let us know. And they'll sit in companionable, like they'll engage in small talk should you wish, but it isn't terribly long before you can hear the calls from up on the deck that it
Land
seems,
ho!
yeah, you
Mm-hmm.
guys will be making landfall pretty soon. So
Yeah. I think Bella would kind of snap her head up at that.
yeah,
While we're all being we're all waiting in good company, I would get the deck of card again because I want to practice not being shitty at it.
Sure, you can practice that a little bit while you're waiting.
All right.
But soon enough, you're able to collect your equipment and make your way onto deck. It eventually slows down a little. You're aware of the shifting and movement, and if you do go up, you can see the city of Highever in front of you. Let me shift over for the benefit of our players. Back to close down this NPC pictures. Whoop. From
Good
way
old
back in the
lines.
start.
Oh
Good
wow.
old Highever. So the city is.
It's where the glitter factory is.
It
Oh
is where the glitter
no.
factory is with their breakfast buffet.
And Arlen's aunt.
Island's
Yes.
aunt, yeah.
We're totally gonna go there, aren't we?
Actually, yeah.
You have to go check with your aunt. Like,
Yeah.
It's been a long time.
yeah, you have no idea if she knows if you're alive or dead. Of course, you have to check with your aunt. I'm gonna go see if Papa's not around either. I don't know, but yeah.
So you can see the city getting closer and closer. It's a fairly large city certainly by Ferelden standards, walled, and you can see that the larger part where the keep of the nobles of the area is nestled into the back of it's a hill, really. It's not really a mountain. And the large tree that you can see kind of poking out the top parts of the tree in the center of the alien image is there as well. But eventually the ship stops. As ever, it's like when you land with a flight, it takes a little bit until you're able to get off because they have to do their thing. But eventually you are given the ability to gain passage onto ground. Solid ground. For some of you, that would be a novelty.
Yes.
So the smell of this city is very different to Kirkwall. Kirkwall is a bit stinky. This has that coastal city smell where it's just like salt in the air. There is the tavern, the Drowned Nug, which is right next to the docks, which is where you guys started this adventure way back at the start of season 1.
Yeah.
And it is up to you where you are going first.
Bella's going straight to the alien edge.
Yeah. As soon as you get online, you just sure. Is everybody heading there?
I'm going to disembark and have my legs be all wobbly, so I'm going to take a second to start to learn how to re-walk again.
Yeah.
Do you need Finch to carry you? He has really good piggyback rides.
Yeah.
You know what? I would love that.
And I think he's the only person that can.
Like, when's the last time, Arlen, that you have had a piggyback ride?
When's the last time I climbed on someone? I mean, something. Right? I mean...
You get climbed a lot. You don't get to do all the climbing.
You are the climbee, but do you get to be the climber?
Yeah.
I want to be the climber this time. Of course,
You're
yeah.
the climber.
It'll be a great adventure.
Yeah,
it's like getting that rare small spoon experience.
Yeah, I will.
When you're like the big person, you'll be like, oh, this is magical.
Tell me more about this small spoon thing. I don't think I've ever...
What is the small spoon?
What is the small spoon?
It's great.
You climb up onto this very tall stone sentinel that is your traveling companion now, and yeah, you feel it's rare to be on something that is strong enough to carry you and bigger than you. It's very novel.
I'm going to whisper to Finch, "Thank you, Finch. You're awesome." Now forward.
You are welcome, Arlen. You are also awesome. And he starts walking.
He's mine now. He's mine now.
But you're able to head off. You see that the group of mages and Tranquil are following you guys, and you start to move through the streets. Perception seeing for everyone as you are traveling, please.
Yeah. Oh, this is my second roll.
I love that before I was looking for perception hearing. Like, why don't I have that? And then I remembered why I do not have that.
Oh, baby, no.
I'm too overwhelmed.
This is yep. This is a lot. This is yeah. Hashtag too much. Okay. Okay. So everybody else, you noticed where there had been a presence of Templars, not massive because there isn't a circle here in Highever. So there's less of a need for a heavy presence, but there is always some that are next to the chantry, which is down here, and then you'll see a couple of them dotted around, certainly at the docks, as a. They're also effectively like guards for the chantry, aside from their duties that they perform in circles. So you do not see any Templars in the city. Nothing else about, however, seems to have changed. There's still elements of it that clearly, like everywhere in Ferelden, it's been rough since the Blight. But it was a good handful of years ago, so they've mostly recovered. But no Templars. That is notable, at least. But you are able to make your way through the city, past the marketplace, past the street that you know takes you to the Glitter Factory, which, for those who are watching that did not see us in season 1, is the strip club and burlesque venue, which is where Arlen's aunt dances.
No, she owns it at this point.
Well, you were.
I mean,
yeah,
did
'cause
you
were
meet the owner?
disappointed
She
you-
definitely doesn't own it.
She
Shut
doesn't
up.
own it.
I know.
She, you know what? They all have great respect for the person who does own it. So, maybe she'll just branch off when they, get a franchise.
There you go.
But you make your way through the slightly lower end housing for the humans that live in the city, and get to the large gates, which equally keep elves in and also keep humans out. There's a dual purpose to the walls of the alienage. But you get to the gate and you can see some guards who are kind of just standing there, and they're doing that thing where they're leaning slightly heavily on their weapons. You reckon that this is maybe the later stages of their guard duty in this area for the day. They've been standing for a long while, and they kind of see you and suddenly perk up a little bit.
Hi.
It's your business, everybody. Kind of looks at the very large variation in who's here, and then spots the stone sentinel, and then spots the incredibly large human on the stone sentinel's back, like,
Bella's just gonna motion to herself.
Right. But,
Friends?
sure. Still would like an answer to the stating of the business, please.
We're here for vacation.
Business or pleasure? Pleasure.
We're here to meet up with friends.
I see.
We haven't been here in a long time, and the last time we were here, they threw a big party. We're expecting the same thing again.
Right. And you seem like contemplating. Is this normal? Is this okay? Am I gonna get in trouble? It's the end of my. We have. Yeah. All right. And kind of moves to just open the gate, and I'm not paid enough to care about this.
There
Great,
you go.
thank you. You're great at your job. She just walks.
Oh, thank you.
Thumbs up.
And you're all given passage into this alienage. Now, the second time Faywin has seen an alienage, and you notice that despite the fact you're in a completely different country, it feels similar enough that they're not quite carbon copies of each other, because everything is quite unique in the way that things are, the architecture of the place, shall we say. But there's still that same vibe, similar types of buildings. It seems no matter where you go, there's just, there's a similarity in these places. But you are able to gain entry. And there's hustle and bustle, it seems, as there always is. This is during the day. There are people who are clearly going about their daily lives and work within the alienage, people who are coming and going from the alienage to get to their work within the city. So where are you going?
The center of the alienage, where she knows like there might be a few stalls. There's the tree. Which the name of I always forget.
It's the hang on.
I always confuse it with the Vaseline, but I know it's not.
Yeah, no, I want to say Vidisala, but I think that's wrong. That's not because the Vidisala is the big. She's the canary at the end of. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
Very tall. Weirdly, has a book strapped to her arm. Why? Nobody knows.
She likes to read.
She clearly. The Venedal. Venedal is close enough.
Yeah.
The Venedal, yes, is the central tree. So you can head there. And look for the stalls. You do see. Where is my higher alienage? You see one familiar face who is at a stall in the form of Lydia, who was the friend of the young mage you rescued a long time ago.
She'll wave over to Lydia.
Me too, but from up high.
Oh! Hey! Hi!
Hi!
Oh, wow! Oh, you've got lots of new friends.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone.
Hello. How are you?
Good. Yeah. Excellent. Well, as good as you can be.
Yeah.
It's all relative, really, isn't it?
Yeah. Have you seen a irregularly tall elf, tan skin, short hair, shape size?
Yes.
Where?
Um. I can take. Hang on a minute. And you see her kind of going off to a person who runs a stall nearby to her, and she does that thing. If you guys have ever been to stalls or know people who run these sorts of things, you do the "Can you look after my stall for a little while?" and the person kind of sits between their stall and the other. Yeah, it's happens a lot at cons as well. Right. Takes off a bit of her. Okay. I can take you. We should come with me.
Okay.
Okay. Hi everyone. She waves at you before.
Everyone, this is Lydia. Lydia, this is everyone.
What's the is that
Finch?
Yep. Alive?
Finch, would you consider yourself alive?
A strange concept to grasp, Robin.
I agree. Finch exists.
I mean, Finch is talking. I think that's pretty alive. You seem pretty alive. Hi, Finch.
Yeah,
we have. She raises her hand to wave, but Finch sees it because it's just being held there and thinks she's trying to high five. So Finch will high five her hand. Oh, I like him. Him?
Him or they? Him or they?
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. Cool. Hi, Finch. She says as she gets a bit distracted and then reminds herself what she's doing. Right. Are you all? Is everyone going? Just you? Are we?
I don't know.
Because
I can stay with our guests if you want.
You might want to accompany them to the common area.
They're going to the common area.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay. What about Finch? I'm not convinced. There's not many. Our doors are not big enough for Finch.
Finch is okay with staying outside wherever I stay.
Okay. There's lots of people. I imagine the kids will want to play with Finch. Yeah. If Finch is okay with that. Finch, are you okay with kids playing with you? Finch slowly nods their head.
Yeah, Finch is good.
Also, with that gentleman that is there another longer hair, thinner named Dara? She'll look to Faywin and Robin.
Oh my goodness, really?
Yep. Okay. Tell you what, Finch. Finch, if you see the area over there, where the tree is, there's so much room over there, and you can just hang out, and people might want to try and talk to you, and there's some kids that might want to see if they can climb it. Do you mind if they do? Because I can tell them not to if you would rather not. Finch just kind of stuts.
Looks at Arlen that's climbed on him.
Yeah. I am okay with people climbing on me.
Finch, at any point, if you're not okay with it, just say, please get off. I do not consent to this.
Yes. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to help Finch with his agency.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. Yeah, because I figured I would talk to Finch rather than talking to you, because Finch is,
Lydia, you're
I'm here to help.
person.
Yeah.
Thanks.
A facilitator.
Facilitator.
Yeah. Facilitator. Yep. Okay. Let's
Bella,
go.
you go and say hi
Yes.
to Dara for me too. Hmm?
Why don't you all? Why don't we just all? Why don't we? Why doesn't everyone
let's
just follow
go,
me
let's
and
go.
Finch
Everyone
will
just
go?
let's go.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Okay. Does anyone need? She'll while she's walking, because she'll like walk in front of everybody. Does anyone need any food or drink when you get there? Because I can.
Yes, that would be great, Lydia. You're amazing.
Wine.
Sure. Wine.
Alcohol.
There's alcohol. I mean, it's not great alcohol. You guys.
Alcohol is alcohol.
Right?
Does it get you drunk? It's good.
Yeah. A friend of mine has been making their own, and it packs a punch.
Amazing.
I'll get you some of that. Okay. Yeah. Sounds like you need it. And she walks and leads you all to past an area where like to the left of this area, you can see the elder's house where you guys spoke with Milna Holden, who is Yunara's mum. So there's little buildings and spaces that you recall from your last time here. And she leads you all to what appears to be the common area.
Just real quick, hey Voidcat Gaming, thank you so much for the raid.
There's a raid?
Yeah.
Hi raiders, you're here just in time for bubbly elves and hooch.
Yeah.
Woo!
Welcome to the channel.
Are we bringing our new friends with us to go see all them people?
They have to go to the common area.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you
two birds, one stone. Got it.
Yeah.
So you get into this area, and there's spaces for seating. It's one of those things where it's not like a tavern. There's one of those honesty policies. People can sit here and drink, and food can be brought out. So it's like it operates like a tavern without it being a business where they're making money. It's just where people come to eat and drink together.
And don't order grape juice until we're close by again.
Did you say that quietly or for Lydia to be able to hear?
I intended to say it quietly.
Okay, that's fine. It can be quiet. All right. Okay. Why don't you guys take a seat? I will get booze for you. I will get food. Does everyone here want booze? Does anyone not drink booze? We have non-alcoholic options.
Booze for everyone.
Yes.
Robin is kind of bouncing a little bit.
Yeah, Bella's just like.
Okay. Give me a moment. All right. And she just disappears off. And you're kind of like left for a moment.
I feel like Bella and Robin just looked at each other like they're doing that restless something syndrome.
Yeah.
I'm going to get down from here.
So
Help.
you see eventually there's like increasingly getting louder chatter. And you recognize the familiar, different accented, but both slightly stoner voice of what appears to be Darren Riling having a conversation as they're approaching.
Hi!
And entering the room is both of them. So for those who are not aware of the description, we have Dara, who everyone and also Faywin recognizes. Where is my. Gotta get the pictures. Gotta go fast. Gotta go fast. You see dark hair, undercut, quite long, dressed in armor right now. It seems.
Oh.
Not like
Excuse me.
he's a light armor. You know, it's that sort of like Dalish armor where you know, it could just look like a style choice. But you guys know that this is not casual clothes. And he kind of comes in and does like the excited puppy face. As does Rylan, who is also an elf, no Valacine, city elf, dark hair and dark clothing, who comes in, also has an excited puppy face. And behind him, not only is Shara there, who is, which will catch you a little off guard, Faywin, because, like, by elf standards, he's really quite tall.
Climbable, some might say.
Yeah. And very tall, broad shoulders, very strong. Clearly, either built for strong weapons or a strong craft. You're not sure. And has the Valasline, which you would recognize, Faywin, as the tattoos of June, which is the craft god. And also Phelan, who is an elf with the Andril tattoo of a hunter, and white hair, very green eyes, who was also a member of your clan. So they all kind of like come stumbling into the room at the same time.
I feel like the moment Bella sees Shiloh, she's just up her seat and running, and does that jump where you just hug someone, and
Yeah.
Andrew is by her feet, also running, just like excited dog, like.
Yeah. He's just gonna scoop you up and very easily, almost pleasingly easy, lifts you up off the ground. And
This
holds
is
you in a
adorable.
tight hug that's like, not, oh, I'm so excited to see you, yay! This is I thought you were dead.
Yeah.
I thought you were dead. I thought you were dead. It has been weeks, and is just holding you really, really tight. And he's not normally the emotional type, but seems to be.
She's just holding him tight. They're not even saying anything.
Yeah. But the others will kind of come over. And Dara's gonna be like, hey, like,
hey!
like, oh shit! Look, and then
we're alive.
Oh shit, man!
What?
Yeah, oh.
You're okay. You look hot in that armor.
Oh, thanks. Yeah,
you're
we
welcome.
Were, busy. Yeah, thanks. Yeah.
So good. Yo, hey, listen. You know this guy, and as much as I would love to just do like the mirror that Bella just did, like I also understand that like Faywin was also very important to these people. So before I get my like privateness in with Dara, I'm just be like, hey, I found somebody for you, and I'm gonna like kind of it's Faywin.
Like that moment of like, oh, I holy shit, and then you can hear Phelan also swearing, but in Dalish. He's like, fucking, whoa, what the fuck? You're alive too? We thought. I mean, I figured the.
Phelan once he's been kind of like bouncing with like
we're all just bouncing.
But when he meets eyes with both of them, he's just like weeping right down his face.
Oh, buddy. And he'll go over and pull you into a very big hug, and Phelan comes over and does the same.
He hugs them, and he just like he's weeping, but after a few moments he starts like bouncing again, and he just wants to like hold their hands and then just like jump up and down.
I can't believe you you're like a full grown up person. You were kids when you fucking hell.
You look so strong.
Thanks. Yeah.
Are you two did other people survive, or just you two?
Yeah, 3 of us now. But we kind of have we're not practicing Dalish right now. but we have basically, and he'll indicate back at the other two. Turns out, like, I wasn't really, I never thought I'd do well in a city, in whatever this is going on. But it, they feel like family now. It's so cool. And he'll just like smoosh your chops a little, and then sort of like leave you to Phelan so that he can move over and just kind of put his arms around and pull Robin in for a cuddle.
Yay, my big elf man. You're so great. I still have royal elf fruit left over.
Yes.
Yes, sir, I
I've
do.
found a way of infusing it into food. Really,
It makes a
I've
really good
got it.
tea.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. We've created a booze that is it's a double, but it's so good.
So what the hell happened? What did you guys do after we just poofed?
I'd like to think that Shadow's walking, Bella's still like on him, but they're just there now next to the table.
Yeah, he'll move over. He's still holding you very easily.
Yeah. She just waves at at Phelan and Dara.
Well, there was like a moment of shock because we were pretty sure you guys had like croaked.
They went into the fade.
Ooh, that's fucked up.
So fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there was a moment, some people were incredibly emotional. So like we took a little while, but eventually we just kind of had to accept that this was it. And we found, I mean, there was other people who were in the room that they were trying to do that ritual on. So he kind of looks around, and you can tell that he is perhaps one of the ones that has dealt with the emotions of the past month or two better than the others, so he's doing the talking. So there was humans, and they were like, special humans. And so we were like, hey, we need to go, like, some of our people moved to Hanover, so we kind of need to get moving. So we took them, we took our deceased and laid them to rest. And yeah, made it up here. We found the elders and the little kids.
So you've made your home here. Fine. Temporary.
Yep, temporary. We've turned ourselves to new purpose.
You wouldn't happen to know anything about ordering grape juice?
Why do you ask?
She'll just look to her new friends.
They all kind of look around nervously, and he's like, yep.
She'll look to them, still on Cheryl. You're in good hands.
Okay.
You know them
they all look a little like shell-shocked at what's going on around them.
Oh yeah, so like we helped defeat the demon, then we were sent into the Fade. They thought we were dead. We came back. It's all. She's just.
Yeah, there's that shock that all mages would have when somebody told you that they were in the Fade. Like,
Yeah, it was very fucked up. But hi, Dara, Phelan,
hey,
Rylan.
so, yeah.
Hi.
Yeah. Cool. Well, clearly, if you know about that, we have a lot to catch you up on. But maybe you need fed, or I don't know how recently you came back.
A few days ago we came back. Then we helped someone with something, and then now we're here in the boat, and we met them, and then now I climbed the building. That was fun.
You're very good at climbing things.
I am.
That actually, you notice that, like, aside from the trying really hard not to do emotion, There's a little smirk on Shara's face at that comment. Yeah. Well, why don't you guys rest? Um, we'll get some food and drink. Lady, you should go back to you. And she, okay, yeah, yeah, bye. She vanishes off back to her market stall. Um, so you guys rest, recover. I'm gonna speak to these people over here, and you guys can enjoy. You're back.
So who is this that's been speaking? Just out of curiosity.
Dara. It's Dara.
Okay, so I kind of pout a little bit, but
Yeah.
yeah.
I'll be back. It won't take long. Just
Okay.
We've
Mm-hmm.
we've got this.
It's okay. I understand. It's fine. You're good. You're good. You're an important person, and I'm proud of you.
Yeah. I'll get you some of that drink though.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
Yeah. Right. So he walks off, not before giving Robin a smack on the ass, and then
He had to reach really far down for that one.
Sorry, he's not overly tall either.
He's a
yeah.
baby boy.
Yeah.
Elves and dwarves are close enough because he's not tall. But he'll go over and sit down with the friends that you made on the boat and start speaking quietly to them as the rest of your loved ones find a spot for you all to sit. Some of you clinging to you. Phelan still has a very protective, firm arm around you, Phelan. Yeah, you guys, you made it back, and we'll end there.
Oh,
So that
wow.
all of the what the fuck is going on can happen next time on In Darkness Unbroken.
Yeah.
That was so pleasant.
Yeah.
Very pleasant.
That was so pleasant. Like, and I say this with the utmost love for that. I needed something pleasant today.
It's wholesome.
So wholesome.
Yeah. Just all the excited bouncing from everyone.
Yeah.
Well, everybody, thank you so much for coming and showing up. Really appreciate it. Thank you, Voidcat Gaming, for the raid today. Thank you to the subs from Gambit and Viv today, I saw. And the couple new follows that we got as well. Really appreciate y'all coming and supporting this channel, especially at the end of the month. As far as what we're doing, this is the last stream of the week. So technically the last stream of the month, but hopefully we will be back in full swing starting on Wednesday. We stream Wednesday through Saturday starting with Dungeons and Dragons. We have Dungeons and Dragons on Wednesdays, D&D and The Expanse on Thursdays, Lancer on Fridays, and of course here on Saturday we have Dragon Age. And then the next time you can probably see my face on the internet, however, is over at Weave the Tale on Mondays for The Great American Witch. And in opposite direction, everybody, where can we find you on the internet in the next 7 days? What you doing?
Who's in the list? I forget.
It's you. You're next.
Me first?
Yeah, you're first.
All right. Well, you can find me on Twitter at _Gambit, as it is in chat. And next week, if I recall correctly, there's a game of Pathfinder before there's a game of Dragon Age. It'll be fun.
Where?
Mark's channel, which I already forgot the name of.
Oh, Capri the Gamer?
Mm-hmm. Yes, that's the one. I always forget names.
Okay,
it's
cool.
Fantastic. Yes. We're going to be investigating a murder house, just like in Strahd, but worse.
With Pathfinder.
That's Eve with an umlaut.
Yeah.
That's Eve with an umlaut,
yeah.
I guess it's me next. Hi everyone. My name is Satan. You can find me on Twitter, AliceVip. The link is in the chat thanks to our lovely Bao. But if you'd like to see more of me playing, I'm actually going to be in a show in the next 30 minutes. You can catch me over at Plot Hunters, playing my buff barbarian babe Alina while we're going through Horde of the Dragon Queen. I always get that and the Rise of Tiamat titles confused, but
yeah, that's right.
One of those. You can also find me usually Sundays DMing over at Nexus Avengers, but not tomorrow. And Sunday nights you can find me over at Indoor Adventures playing Realm of the Frost Maiden. And you can also find me on that same channel Thursdays playing a new game of Masks, and Monday over at With the Toe with Val playing Great American Witch. Uh, but that's me. Yes.
I am Freddie. You can find me on Twitter at His Majesty. And this is the only game that I stream, and I am loving this game. But you can also see, and I just tweeted it out and pinned it to my profile. I wrote a play set in the Jazz Age and mainly dealing with queer communities. And a bunch of really incredible performers, including Broadway performers whose jobs are at all lights out right now, came and did a reading with me, and it was incredible. And I just posted the recording of that performance there. If you're interested in queer Jazz Age people and really awesome New York performers doing a live reading, you should check it out.
Yeah. I watched it when it was live and it was fucking amazing. So go check it out, everyone. It is entertaining as all hell. Hi everyone, it's Emma or Homily on the internet. You can find me exclusively here. I'm a monogamous bitch. Saturdays playing Dragon Age. Thursdays we have Ashenfell, of which we have 2 episodes left. Ooh, we're getting close to finale shenanigans with them. But you can also just find me on Twitter at Homily. Come and say hi. I like making new friends. That's me.
All right, cool beans. And with that, y'all, we're gonna go say hello to our friends over at Dice Priori. They are also playing the Expanse, which is the same system that we are here on Dragon Age. It's the Age system by Green Ronin. So y'all be sure to show some love over there, and if you're sub, throw those raptor screams. So with that, everybody, wave goodbye. We love you. Later.